conference on tourism is quite a unique one because it's not only about tourism, but it is about linking tourism to development and also to peace and reconciliation. So these are all topics that are very relevant to Sri Lanka today, 7 years after the end of the war. But I think it started off on a wrong footing itself, even the preparations. For example, the local fisherfolk around here and the local guest house owners around here didn't know anything about it, and they were not consulted about the conference, and they did not actually have an opportunity to participate in it. At the same time, there was certain very damaging information that was sent out to the participants in terms of peace and reconciliation. For example, in the information note that was circulated, it was mentioned that the official language of Sri Lanka is only Sinhalese, and that English is also spoken. Tamil, which is the predominant language in this particular area where it's being held, was totally ignored, even though our constitution says that both Sinhalese and Tamil are official languages. So also the military was involved in some of the events, for example a welcome performance, I think, and I think that also sends quite a negative message in terms of peace and reconciliation. The actual conference itself discussed lots of topics related to peace, reconciliation, development. I think some good principles were highlighted. Several speakers highlighted the fact that tourism must benefit local populations and local livelihoods must be enhanced. Several speakers highlighted a couple of examples from their own countries. For example, a speaker from Cambodia, I think he was a deputy minister, mentioned about how their tourism after their conflict tries to integrate issues related to the conflict, and also, for example, make sure that employment for former combatants and that former combatants are involved in as tour guides. So I think that kind of thing gave us some important messages. But I think the challenge is not about principles, because there seems to be a general agreement on principles that local populations must be involved, that local populations must benefit, and that tourism must protect the environment. But it's the application. The experience in Pasikudah that I have, fishing livelihoods are badly affected by the tourism industry. For example, 1 month ago, fishermen told me that the Prime Minister had told them that they should vacate their present place where they are using for their fishing and go to Walachene to learn lessons from other countries in post-conflict situations that have tried to communicate experiences, stories, aspirations of those affected by war to the tourist. So I think by and large, I don't see how this conference will aid in a very constructive way to promote peace sensitive or reconciliation sensitive and a kind of tourism, or a tourism that will contribute towards sustainable development.